It's time for Lefties Losing It, and I regret to inform you that the world's unfunniest man, Jimmy Kimmel, is crying again. He's usually crying for himself and his imagined victimhood, but now he's deeply moved by leftist agitators being shot in Minneapolis. This is a man who did not shed a single tear for Laken Riley, Ruby Garcia, Rachel Marine, Kayla Hamilton. The list is tragically long. He didn't shed a tear for Charlie Kirk. Indeed, he used Charlie's murder to push lies, blaming MAGA for leftist violence. But now Jimmy is crying.
If our leaders are intentionally creating and encouraging violence and fear, then I hope you will also agree we need new leaders, because these are not leaders. And to the people of Minneapolis, to the Preddy family and the Good family, and these people who were looking out for their neighbors, we want you to know that we are with you and you are not alone.
The politicians intentionally creating and encouraging violence and fear are Democrats, Jimmy. You cannot be so dim that you don't understand that. You may support it, you may think it's for the greater good, but if you don't know who is whipping up hysteria and inciting violence in America in 2026, then you're beyond help. And sadly, more violence is inevitable. This is an insurrection, and some of these activists are not hiding their intentions.
Here's the thing that I need for protesters and everyone to start realizing, okay? We're at war. The protests are over. There's no more protesting. This is combat now. So when I come onto the field, I'm not screaming at people that are going to assault me or pepper spray me. Like, no, this is combat. I'm going to engage them in combat because we have that needs to be done. This is how we get shit done. Okay? We're not protesting anymore. We're fighting. You understand? Like, I need for you to stop with the signs. And I need for you to get shields and swords of the pew-pew kind. Like, I need for you to wake the up. We're at war. It's wartime. It's time to go to war.
These soy boys think they're in a war. This next nerd has added some cool maritime music to his performative little act. Pitiful.
When's the time?
All hands, hoist the colors.
After today. The song has been sung. It's time.
I mock, but we have to take these threats seriously. The Minneapolis-led uprising has seen the left getting those Summer of Love BLM vibes. Remember that violent uprising that caused $2 billion in damage across the country, saw around 24 people killed, many more assaulted and terrorised, all by leftist agitators that many in the media called peaceful protesters. And Antifa has been activated, including this dude.
My name is Kyle, I'm Antifa, and there's so much rage in me that I've had to record this like 15 times trying to get the message out. Okay? Show up, ready to go. Okay? Not talking about peaceful protests anymore. We're not talking about having polite conversations anymore.
Oh, we're not even going to pretend to be peaceful, Kyle. Surely you're not advocating for your Antifa buddies to come armed with guns?
Welcome to America 2026, where Second Amendment is the only thing that's going to keep you protected from literal Nazi gunmen that are killing innocent people in the street with impunity. This is not a joke. There's nothing fun to chant about it. Get your guns and stop these people.
Oh dear, that's the sort of talk that could see Kyle end up in Gitmo or somewhere similar. I prefer these Antifa agitators when they're pursuing their other passions. Kyle loves a dress up.
I do this all year, all the time. I'm out and about like this because I do it for me all year.
Yes, the great unhinging continues, and it's important to note it's not just random sad men and women attention seeking on social media, though it's mainly that. But some of these sad characters posting their breakdowns online are also given a platform on leftist media outlets like CNN. They have normalised and mainstreamed lunacy. Here is CNN regular Lee McGowan.
The United States Senate is voting on ICE's funding next week, and this is a group that does not deserve to be funded. Any senator who votes to continue to pay for this mob of unhinged murderers is out of their mind, because this cannot be retrained. This has to be stopped. So if you are a U.S. senator right now, do not write a tweet. Do not write a tweet. Write a bill. Write a bill that abolishes this heinous department.
Yep, that woman is given a platform on CNN where she spews her crazy delusions, conspiracy theories, and unless Scott Jennings is around, they pretty much go unchecked.
ICE agents have been known to kill people because people are disappearing in custody, because we're missing 1,200 people in Alligator Alcatraz.
This is the political vigilantism.
This is not political vigilantism.
You're encouraging people to interfere with federal law enforcement.
I'm saying that we need to get it on tape because the DHS is lying, because ICE is lying, and because people are getting hurt and they're disappearing.
And good news, early today, the Timu Rachel Maddow was back in her kitchen posting more crazy rants for her followers, who you know are going to be your quintessential awfuls, the affluent white female leftists, often with serious mental health issues. Here, Lee encourages these troubled souls to be even more hateful, more insular, more miserable by ostracising any family members, friends, even clients that support President Trump.
The time has come to ostracize them. It's time to shun these people, to make MAGA pariahs in our society. Do not welcome them into your home. Do not have them in your restaurant. Ask people what their political persuasion is as they enter your store or your office. Don't make small talk with them at work. Fire clients, silence text chains. There should be no room or time or place in a civilized society for psychopaths and their enablers. These people are traitors to our country, to our Constitution, to our rule of law, and they should be treated as such. I know this is hard. I know it's sad. I know a lot of people are going to say, I can't believe you're going to let politics come between us. But we have to remind ourselves this isn't about politics. It's about morality and civility and reality.
Morality, civility, and reality. Honey, you have no grasp of those words. You exist in a parallel universe where your truth trumps the truth, you know, the real truth, the facts. These people have just become so used to rationalising and justifying the most horrendous behaviour. They can't talk about civility. The left abandoned civility decades ago. Joining me now is RNC Youth Advisory Council co-chair CJ Pearson. CJ, tell me about the reaction to the shooting of this leftist agitator Alex Pretty. There is an investigation into the fatal shooting. We'll hopefully have a clearer picture soon of what really happened. But what we already know is that these are not just peaceful protests in Minnesota. They're actively obstructing law enforcement. It's organised and often it's violent.
You know, they indeed are. And I think I'm going to follow the lead of the president when I say that I think we need to allow this investigation to unfold before answers or conclusions are jumped to in any way whatsoever. But I think it's important for us to realize that at the end of the day, when it comes to protests, we respect that as a country. But what we do not respect and what we do not allow are for people to blatantly come into, these violent, conglomerates of folks and then brandish weapons or have them on their person. It's just not smart. And so what remains to be seen what exactly will come from this. But I think that what we will see is that this has all been a result of the violent rhetoric that's been spewed by folks on the left who are actively encouraging their followers to do ICE officers harm. I stand with our boys in blue, our men and women in blue as well, who are defending our country, defending our sovereignty, and simply ensuring that we actually enforce the immigration laws on the book. That should not be controversial. What should be controversial are these left-wing activists who are actively encouraging assault and violent crimes against our men and women in law enforcement.
It's an insurrection is what it is. It's clearly that, and it's curious that it's happening in Minnesota when we've got ICE operating across the country, but it's in this blue state that has been revealed to be a hotbed of fraud. And now we are seeing these violent protests and obstruction of law enforcement.